Hi guys, Nathan Middle Down Under here. Happy New Year guys. I hope you're doing well. I had a great Christmas and New Year's. And yeah, today I'm going to jump on the heavy metal tag. This is about the 5th year I think it's been done. Originally by the Rock Scout, did the first couple, and then heavy metallurgy. Marty and Alan have taken over the last few years and come up with some wonderful questions. And this is just the same, some great questions, rifled through our collection. And I think I've pretty much covered everything apart from one question, which I can't answer. But yeah, I'll get to that when it comes down to it. So yeah, thanks guys for doing this. It's always great rifling through the collection, coming across albums you haven't maybe heard for a while, or even forgotten about. And yeah, I'm going to get on with this. 20 questions. Number one, where are we? Giddy Up 2026 is the year of the fire horse. Show an album with a horse on the cover, or horse-like creatures such as a Pegasus are permitted, but you lose some street cred if you show a unicorn. No, I'm not going to show a unicorn, but I'm going to go with a New Zealand band. Now they are a black and thrash metal band. This is one of their earlier albums. We're going with a bit of Bullet Bout, and you can see the big horse there with, looks like it's got 4 eyes. It's like demonic horse, and you have the Grim Reaper. Yeah, really good black and thrash female fronted. Unfortunately she's not in the band anymore, but yeah, Bullet Bout. Name of the album is Rise of the Banshees. So that's number one. Number two, Nostalgia. Show an album that you do not think is very good, but you can't bring yourself to get rid of it. Now this is an album I picked up as a blind buy when I was a child, and didn't like it back then, and I don't think much of it now either. But what actually happened, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I got rid of all my records. But when I started collecting again in 2014, I decided I was going to pick up every single album I owned on vinyl that I had when I was a child. A very costly exercise, but it was definitely cheaper back then than it is now. But I had to pick it up, and that is Crazy Head and Desert Orchid. Now I can't get rid of it. I picked it up again because it was nostalgic for me. Yeah, never heard of the band, never heard anything since, and yeah, I haven't listened to it and probably since I picked it up again. But I remember I didn't like it again when I checked it out. But yeah, it's more like your I'm not sure where these guys are from. They're British, but yeah, it's just straightforward rock, but it's nothing stand out at all. But yeah, I'm not going to get rid of it, that's for sure. So much nostalgia with this album. Number three, Goat. Show your favourite new album released in 2025. Well, I did my end of year list and I spoke about this band here. Madhouse, Plead the Fifth, Austrian glam metal. Think Danger, Slaughter, Rat, with a Wasp, and a little bit of modern stuff with Wednesday 13. The vocalist sounds a little bit like the lead vocalist there. But yeah, Plead the Fifth by Madhouse was my favourite album of the year by a long shot. Number four, From Beyond. Show an album that is not a heavy metal album. Now I'm going with this. This is German folk rock from Paddy Gurdy. She plays the hurdy-gurdy. I love the instrument. It's such a fun to watch her play. But yeah, she is very involved. Well, even though this is folk rock, she is very involved in the metal scene. She's done many collaborations over the years with bands like Ailstorm, Stormseeker, Dominum, any of the ex-members of Nightwish, and she's actually just been on performing live with Sabaton as well. I had the chance to see her live last year. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to the show, which is a real bummer. But hopefully one day I'll get to see Paddy Gurdy. This came out last year, made my end of year list. It's called Tavern. But yeah, German folk rock, poppy folk rock. The Unknown. Show an album that you can't remember ever hearing someone talk about on YouTube. This one here, I can't remember where they're from, to be honest. But this is modern hard rock. a band called Aerodyne. This album is called Damnation. Not sure how many albums they've put out, but this is they had one out after this one. The only time I've seen this album shown, or this band shown, is when I actually seen a VCLT of this particular album overseas. But yeah, really good hard rock, glam metal, whatever you want to call it. As I said, I can't remember where they're from. A bunch of young lads. They just came out in Rock of Angels. But if you like your hard rock with that modern feel, going back with throwback to the 80s or early 90s, Aerodyne and Damnation. Front Loaded, show an album whose first song is its best song. Got these in slightly the wrong order, but I'm going with a band here, a very unknown band. Where are they from? I can't remember either. Band called Harlow. I picked this album up earlier in 2025 when I was overseas. One song on here, the title track, Chain Reaction, first song, absolutely awesome hard rock, glam metal song from back in the day. They actually put a video clip out for that, and that's how I heard of the band. But yeah, that song is awesome. Chain Reaction, and the rest of the album is good, but it doesn't have that standout attraction to me like the debut, like the first single, which is damn cracking hard rock tune. The rest of the album is good, but yeah, nothing fantastically. Harlow, I think it's self-titled. Yeah. Where are we?
Replacements now.
Where are we? Show an album that you think would be better if it were longer. Now I'm going with this band here, Exhumed. This album is called Horror. Absolutely love this band. Love my horror. So when you put horror and metal together, of course I'm going to dig it. This album comes in at around about between 30 and 32 minutes. I think maybe another one or two songs on this album would have been fantastic. This is your fast, ferocious, horror-inspired death metal, Exhumed, and you absolutely love it. But yeah, I think most of the albums are probably quite short. This is the only one owned by them, but I wish I had a couple more tracks on it. 8. It's number 8. Fail. Show an album that you bought that disappointed you. This is going way back in the day, but in actual fact back to 1995. Absolutely adored the first two albums. Then when this album came out, a really different sound. Mid-90s, of course, the grunge era was in, and they tried to go for that genre in a little way. Still had their hard rock, but yeah, grungy elements through it. And that album I'm talking about is Skid Row and Subhuman Race. Hence why I haven't picked it up on vinyl. It's okay, but it just doesn't have those memorable songs and memorable hooks like the first two albums. Slave to the Grind, in fact, it's just up there. Absolutely adore that album. But yeah, this just didn't have anything that really stuck out to me. I remember being back in the day very, very gutted with this album. I will check it out again over time and see if it does grow on me. Now I'm getting older, but it still hasn't. But Skid Row and Subhuman Race. Number 9, The Return. Show an album you played in 2025 that you had not played in over a year. And I grabbed out two that I've played recently this year. First one of my favourite bands, hands down, Children of Bodom. This is the last album they released, Hexed, and before Alexei actually passed away, which is so sad. He's my favourite guitarist, hands down, along with Nuno Betancourt from Extreme. But yeah, it was so sad. He left us at, I think, about 41 years old. So very unfortunate, but fantastic album from Children of Bodom. And the other one I pulled out Overkill and Scorched. Love this album too. You can't go wrong with any Overkill. Haven't changed their style really over the years. I know in the mid 90s they were a little bit more in the what do you call it? More like Pantera style riffing and stuff. Slowed their songs down a little bit, but yeah, I absolutely love Overkill, and I love this album from the band. Their last album. Hopefully they'll bring out a new one this year. Joker, show an album with hilarious cover art. Now, I'd actually never even heard about this band until earlier in the year. Found this album overseas, and the cover is absolutely hilarious. I picked this album up, never even checked out the band. I just love the cover so much. But we're talking about the band Risk, and the album is called Dirty Surfaces. I absolutely love this cover. You even have the monkey doing the fingers at the great white shark. You're very, very well put together. You have a crocodile there being sick. You have sort of like a piranha with sunglasses on. I know the album previous to this one had a really good, cool cover as well. You even got a rat there wearing boxer shorts. But yeah, really, really fun, entertaining cover there. And yeah, love the colours on it too. Number 11, Yearning. Name a potential album release you're anxiously awaiting in 2026. A few people I've seen have shown this band. Well, it has to be for me, the mighty Megadeth. Pulled out my old video tape. Yeah, I can't wait. The first handful of tracks they put out I really, really enjoyed. And yeah, really looking forward to that. Also looking forward to the new Creator. New Beyond the Black. Who else is there? Hopefully Anthrax puts out an album this year. Exodus, Overkill, as I said before. I've pre-ordered a handful of albums already. New Fireborn's coming out, which I can't wait for. This is a handful. 12, Collector's Scum. In your collection, is there a pesky gap in a band's discography that you are hoping to fill? Yep, now they haven't only got 5 or 6 albums out, top of my head, but I'm actually missing the debut album from this band. The first album had a different vocalist, now they've had the same vocalist ever since, but I'm not talking about the band Metallurgy, and this album is called A Virtual World, but I'm after their debut album. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I said a different vocalist. That's how I discovered the band. I just never came across a copy. And to this day I still haven't got it, but I really want debut album from Metallurgy. They're a Swedish space involved power metal band, but yeah, looking for the debut album from Metallurgy. Where are we up to? 13, Evolution. Talk about a band or album that you think is successfully moving its respective genre forward creatively. Now, I forgot to grab the album out. The album's actually in my car, but that is by the band Creeper from the UK. Don't get the wrong with the American one, but it's Creeper from the UK. They're a goth rock band, a real throwback to the 80s, Sisters of Mercy sort of thing, but they bring it into the modern day time frame with their poppy and rocky and anthemic songs today into the modern time. It's all about vampires and that kind of thing, and yeah, I really, really dig them, and I think they're going to go a long way, and yeah, really, really putting it goth rock back into the masses, in my opinion anyway, especially over in Europe. Not sure how big they are in the UK, but in Europe they're doing really, really well. They're from the UK, and yeah, really, really enjoying their stuff, and yeah, can't wait for more from them. Let's put an album out this year, which made my end of year list, so go and check that out if you want to. But yeah, Creeper from the UK, really expanding people to a bit more goth rock. 14, Told You So. Show an album or albums that someone recommended to you that impressed you enough to purchase it. Now I was turned on to this band, the debut album from Scott Waters and Kevin Tallahassee, Old Man Rocker 66. Both raved about this band when they put the debut out. Never picked out their debut, but I picked up their album from this year. Fantastic thrash metal. We have Misfire, made my list, end of year list. Product of the Environment. I'm going to go back and pick up their debut album at some point if I come across it, cheap enough. But yeah, absolutely fantastic modern thrash, with definitely has that throwback feel, raspy vocals, not too harsh, but not too quiet either. But yeah, Misfire. Check the band out. Awesome stuff. 15. King Cheese. Recommend a power metal album to Marty Worm that you think is exceptional. He's always on the hunt. I'm not sure if Marty would have heard of this band before. They are power metal, but I'm talking about the band Blood Dawn. The album is called Let the Fury Rise. Came out last year. On the harder edge of power metal, I'd say. Definitely has some speedy, thrashy elements. But all in all, fantastic, clean, high vocals at times. The vocal is absolutely exceptional. But yeah, check out Blood Dawn, Marty. You may have enjoyed them if you haven't listened to them so far, but Blood Dawn, Let the Fury Rise. This is the debut album. Hopefully they'll bring out some more. 2 minutes to midnight. What is the last album you bought in 2025? An album that made my end of year list, because I'd heard it plenty of times before I managed to grab the vinyl. I'm talking about Electra Storm and Evertail as Italian female fronted power metal. You know, Marty, check this one out as well if you want to. But yeah, really good Italian female fronted power metal that I really dig, and you're so happy to have their second album. Yeah, this is their second album. Where are we up to? Brain Drain, number 17. When feeling musical burnout, what is a nostalgic album that always makes you excited about music again? Well, I picked two. This is nostalgia for me. Takes me back to when I first started listening to hard rock back in 88, 89. This is when I started getting into this kind of music. Before then, it was pretty much just what my sister had, and I listened to that. And I'm talking about my two favourite albums of all time. Hate to show these. If I'm feeling down or just don't feel it, I'll pull these albums out, and they generally inspire me to get into it again. Of course, debut album, my favourite album, Europe, Out of This World. Always rave about this album. Can't remember how many times I've had this in a video. Love it to pieces. And then we have the debut from Extreme featuring Nuno on guitar. I absolutely love this album. Mama, I Don't Want to Go to School Today. I remember listening to that back in the day. I said, yeah, I don't want to go to school either. But yeah, fantastic album. Extreme debut, self-titled. 18. There's Waldo. Sorry. So a classic or older album that you somehow overlooked for many years that you loved as soon as you heard it. I'm going for Nuclear Assault and Survive. Now, back in the day, I heard Handle for Care, but for some reason, I just never explored this album. As back in the day, it was harder to just listen to music. Of course, it wasn't played on the radio, especially over here in New Zealand, and this album just wasn't available, so I just never bothered with it. But it wasn't until I started watching VC videos back in 2012, 2013. People raved about this album, said it was their favourite album from the band, and I thought, yeah, well, hang on, I'll check it out. And fantastic album, and thanks to BVD, Aussie Metalhead, actually sent me original pressing of it. Quite expensive to find, and he had a spare copy and sent it to me. But yeah, Absolutely love this album. Handle with Care will always be my favourite, Handle with Care, because it was the album I discovered the band with, but this is still a fantastic album. I missed back in the day. Good stuff. Number 19, Hello, My Name Is. Well, was there a video or stream that you participated in during 2025 that you're especially proud of? Include a link in the description. Well, I've never actually been on a live stream. The whole time I've been in the VC. Not sure whether I'd actually want to be on a live stream. I'm not sure it's my type of thing. So yeah, unfortunately I can't answer that question. But if there was a video I was most proud of this year, I'll say all the albums I did in 2025. I wouldn't post them if I wasn't happy with them. So yeah, I'll just go with that because I've never been on a live stream. And then the final question, 20, Into Glory Ride. Name a band that you want to release one more great album before they retire. Had to go with this band. Never seen the band live, but this year I will actually be seeing them live for the first time. But I'm talking about the one and only mighty Judas Priest. This is a brochure, a thing from the 1988 tour for Ram It Down. Yeah, their last two albums have been absolutely outstanding metal albums, and if they can put out another album like that before they retire, I'll be damn happy and just so excited to be seeing them live this year. So yep, Judas Priest for sure. I've seen some people show Iron Maiden, but for me Iron Maiden, I lost interest in Iron Maiden years and years ago. Brave New World was their last great album, and yeah, just haven't really got into any of the music after that. So definitely Judas Priest. So thanks guys for watching. Thanks Marty and Alan for putting out another fantastic metal tag. I've been watching plenty of them, and I'm sure to see quite a few more. So thanks guys for watching, and once again, Happy New Year. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.